Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is a Monday view and we're going to take a look at the colored pencils that were selected for the week. The colored pencils are the Phoenixcolor Feile Niao. They are I do believe a 4mm core, a 3.8mm core. They have the color name, the company name, the color number, the fact that they're oil-based, as well as a barcode here. They are a really nice set of pencils, even though that we've all seen the prettiest pencils in the world, which are the Phoenixcolor Artist Grade. And these are a step below that. This is still a very, very nice set of pencils. They call it their student grade, but personally I think they're just as good, just a little bit cheaper and not as many pencils. And not as pretty, of course. Okay, so that is what we have chosen for the week, which is the Feile Niao. They come in a cardboard box, but this box is kind of special. So down at the bottom is a little tab that says open. You pull that out, then you slip this down to about there, and then there's a cutout here that is, before I popped it open, is perforated along the edge. You tip that back, slide that back up, and tuck that back in, and you have a perfect holder for your pencils. The only thing that would have made this better as a holder is if they had little slots for each pencil so they didn't wiggle around. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic way to hold the pencils in the box. And I actually really like the box, and I keep those pencils in that box. Yes, so we'll go over the swatch chart as well as the information of the testing, because I did do some testing on the back. So we'll go through all of that, and then we are going to color in Art Matters. Lots to do today. Don't mind me, I am running around like a chicken with my head cut off today. I've got so much to do and so little time to do it all in. But I'm going to calm down, I'm going to relax, and we're going to color for a little bit. I hope. All right, so the pencils are in numeric order, and they have everything sorted out fairly well for color family in the numeric order, which is great. So we've got our white into our yellows, into our oranges and peach tones, into our reds. It has a really good selection of reds. And then we go into our red browns and our light tan browns. And then we go into our pinks, our purples, our blues, into our blue greens, and then into our greens, and then our deeper browns, and then of course our grays and our black. There's not as many grays as I would like, but many of them are definitely, some sets have too many grays, but I love gray, so I don't think there could ever be too many types of gray, personally. The Desert Sage is a really lovely green gray, and that, of course, could have been put with the grays as well. But personally, I think that in numeric order, you have everything in its place, so it's very easy to find the pencils that you want. As you can see down here at the bottom, I have colored with them, and I did color the extras that I put in my swatch chart so that I could test the pencils, and they colored beautifully. I was able to blend really nicely and get that gradients without any harsh lines. Even with this one here where I blended different colors to get the coloration on the flowers, you don't see the harsh line in between the two different colors, which is great. I have colored with the pencils yesterday, and I did color this, which gave me the ability to blend 4 or 5 different colors in the yellow family to create the look that I wanted on these flowers. So I think that they do quite well for coloring pretty much anything. And of course, we are coloring in this book here. And of course, we are doing our birthday picture. And we have colored the adorable little bunny family, the mama and the papa. We will be continuing that tonight on Monday Live. So hopefully we'll get most of it colored this evening. All right, so let's take a look at some of the, I'm going to switch you over to the close-up camera, and we're going to take a look at some of the testing that I did. So I did do a water resistance test, and they are not water resistant. So make sure that you use your Caran d'Ache blender to seal them. Use something to seal them before you put your water-based products on top, such as your glitter gel pens or anything like that, because the color that you're going to be putting that on top of will probably take over whatever color you're using for that product. They do smudge, so make sure that you have something on your hand, or that you burnish it before you start rubbing your hand back and forth over your page. And they do blend, so I was able to go from yellow to red and get orange, and from red to blue and get purple. So I know that looks really dark, but it is a really dark purple. And I was able to use the blender, so it didn't like the Caran d'Ache as much as the Derwent, I must say. So blend with a Derwent, not the Caran d'Ache. And of course, it does blend with the alcohol marker as well. All right, so that is all the information of the Phoenixcolor Feile Niao. They are a Japanese product. And of course, like I said, these do have their names and numbers in English, unlike the Phoenixcolor artist grade set, the 100 pencil set with all the pretty things on them. Those are all in Japanese. So, all right, so we're going to move this over. So there's all our colors, just in case you want to see them all up close. Very, very lovely, lovely set of pencils. All right, now, oh, and on my swatch chart on the typed out one, you will notice a mistake on the black. I have it listed as number 70. It should be 71. I did make a mistake. I know, I'm sorry. All right, so the next page that we're going to do, last Monday we did the page of him doing some work here on the typewriter, writing for a journalist job. And on this one here, we've got her with some really big paper there. It's a really big piece of paper. Like, it's bigger than she is. All right, so the words say that sometimes the way to do what you hope to do will be clear cut, and sometimes it will be almost impossible to decide whether or not you are doing the correct thing, because you have to balance your goals and hopes with feeding yourself, paying debts, finding work, and you settle for what you can get. And so that is her trying to figure out and balance all of the goals with all of the needs. So we're going to color her. So as you probably saw with my set, that I'm missing a few pencils out of there, and that's because I have used them. So we will be going between the set itself as well as the ones I've already used. All right. Need my sharpener here. And they do sharpen quite well with the crank sharpeners as well as the electric sharpener. I do find that I like the crank sharpener with them a little bit better. I just have more control over how much is sharpened off. All right, so let's get started with the really big piece of paper here. So I'm using cream. And I apologize if I'm a little bit breathless. Having some tummy issues. I don't know why my tummy issues just make me really breathless, but they do. I think it's just the swelling in my tummy presses up against my lungs or something. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. All I know is it's uncomfortable and I don't like it. If that makes sense. So I hope all of you are looking forward to the 2 weeks with Kirby. I have posted all of my video, my live streams that are scheduled for that. I will not be going live on Monday the 24th. That will be taken over by Brian with 100% my idea type thing where I said absolutely I will not stream during that time because I want to watch Brian. And I know all of you do too. So Brian and Shannon are absolutely glorious people, and to watch them stream together is just so fun. Of course, this is hosted by Shannon from Craft and Color or Color and Craft with Shani Blue. She has changed her name recently on her YouTube channel, and I still haven't quite got used to it. But I will. However, I do take time to get to know people's names because I am horrible with names. And you know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to get used to the name of her channel, and then it's going to change again. And then I'll have to get used to it again, which is fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. So I hope that you enjoy the streamers that are available there. I have the schedule listed below the video in the description. And I will, of course, there are, of course, all the links to the streamers that are scheduled and their scheduled times. So make sure you check them out. Of course, you don't have to, subscribe to ones that you don't like, or, not everybody is everybody's cup of tea. And, sometimes you just don't like something or don't enjoy something. And of course, that is your discretion. Many people don't like me, and that's perfectly fine. I have no objection to people not liking me. All right. Although sometimes I wonder why they don't like me, and then I get too far into my own head, and that's always a bad thing. The weather out here has been very strange. And I say that because it's suddenly very sunny, and about 10 minutes ago it was pouring with rain. Oregon, gotta love it. And given another 3 seconds, it will be dark as heck out there and pouring with rain again. So, all right, now we're going to take our white, and we're just going to blend that in. Paper is such an easy thing to color. You put a little bit of the cream on it, which shows that it's been all folded up and handled. Then you put the white on it, which shows that it's paper. Now this book is not a coloring book. This is a regular book. So if you are going to be coloring in this, make sure that you put a piece of paper between each page that you color. It will either keep the black from going onto your page or the color from the previous page to go onto another page. So when I color on the back side of this one, I will put it between these two, otherwise the color from this page will transfer onto this page and vice versa. And I don't want that to happen. So I am trying to make sure that I keep the book all intact. But sometimes if you break the spine of a book, it just starts releasing its papers. So trying not to break the spine of this book. Because, you know, I am going to be sending it off to somebody. Alright, now we're going to use denim. I gotta sharpen this again so the page is going to close. I don't know where my big clip went. I have a really big clip to hold that book open, and I don't know where it went. It disappeared. I think one of the kids stole it for chips or something. And the dog is laying in front of the drawer that holds all of those. So this is denim. And we're just going to fill in the dark area here. And just very lightly filling that in. Like so. And then we're going to take our light blue, which is ice blue, and we're just going to come off of that. Just getting a little bit lighter as we move further away, which means lifting your hand up a little bit and putting a little bit more pressure when we get closer. Now this paper is not, like I said, it is not coloring book paper, so it will not take as many layers as coloring book paper will. Even the cheap coloring book paper that they use for Amazon printed products will take a little bit more layers than this paper does. However, if you have the hardcover book, it will take more layers than the soft covered book will. It is much nicer paper from what I hear. I do not have it. I have the softcover book because wonderful, wonderful Miss Ashley Colors sent it to me. And I love it. I think it's an awesome, awesome book. It has so many wonderful life lessons and experiences of both Neil Gaiman and Chris Riddell. So Neil Gaiman is the author of this book, and Chris Riddell is the artist. So the person that drew all the wonderful pictures in this book is Chris Riddell. You may remember him or remember the name from 100 Days of Hugs or the 100 Hugs book. Alright, so I'm just going to put in that light blue here. So, all right, now for her clothes, we're going to start with lazurite. And we're just going to take the lazurite. We're going to do pockets as well as her jumper. Because if you remember in one of the previous pictures that she was in, she's wearing a denim jumper. And I think she's still wearing that jumper. However, we're going to give her a different shirt because I think I colored her shirt in pink. I can't remember. I will have to go look. That's the great thing about being in one book. So you can definitely find it. Yes, so we colored her shirt in pink. So that's what we will be doing. Now I'm using denim for the rest of her jumper here. Make sure that my paper is not moved. Okay. Now we're going to take, actually I want hot pink. Hot pink. So I'm going to take hot pink and sharpen it. And the book is going to close for me, just for the fun of it. So we're going to take some hot pink. We're going to do those shadow areas as well as the stripes. And she's got her sleeves rolled up here, so we'll make sure that we don't color her arm. And then we're going to take the flamingo pink, which is a light pink, and we're just going to fill that in. And I want that hot pink a little bit more here. It's a great thing about these pencils is if you just color light enough, you can definitely adjust any of those colors. Make sure you keep your brush handy so that you can wipe away any little bits of crumbles that might happen. Now that's her hair and her face. Okay. Now we're going to do her face. So we're going to start with, let's just take a quick second here. So let's start with peach, which I think is this one. Nope, that's orange. Ah, there's peach. We don't want orange. We don't want her face to be orange. But we do want it a little bit peach in there. Sharpen the pencil. And this is going to be our deep color, our shadow color. So we're going to shadow under her hair here. Now I'm assuming that's her hair. But with this little bit here, I'm wondering, no, I guess that's just wind blowing the hair. I was wondering if maybe it was a bandana of some sort, but it looks like it's just wind blowing the hair. And of course do her fingers on both sides of the sheet here. And her hand, as well as her wrist, and into her arm. Arm bone's connected to the hand bone. And now we're going to use light salmon. Blending that peach in. It's a very, very small area, so we're not going to get as much color depth as we'd like to, but we should be fine on getting the most of it in there. Okay, and then the lightest color we're going to use is cantaloupe. And get those all blended together. And then we're going to take some hot pink. We're just going to do her lips here. And then we're going to take lazurite. And I'm going to sharpen it to a really, really sharp point because her eyes are very, very tiny. Sorry about that. Don't mean to blow in your ear. There we go. And then we're going to take honey, which I used for the bunny. So it's over here. All right. And then we're going to use caramel. Like so. And then last but not least, some chocolate. Like that. And there we have it. All right. And there we have our wonderful page of the day from our Art Matters by Neil Gaiman and Chris Riddell. It says sometimes the way to do what you hope to do will be clear cut, and sometimes it will be almost impossible to decide whether or not you are doing the correct things. Because you have to balance your goals and hopes with feeding yourself, paying debts, and finding work, settling for what you can get. All right, so I'm going to switch it over to the main camera here so you can see it a little bit better. And there we have our indecisive young lady trying to figure out what is the best avenue to take. All right, guys, with that, I thank you all very much for watching. Of course, remember to relax, color, and stay safe. Always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artist that you enjoy. If you want the schedule for the 2 weeks with Kirby, is posted below the video in the description below. Okay, so of course I will be happy to see you all again later on this evening for Monday Live, where we will be continuing with the Phoenixcolor Feile Niao colored pencils in a Minuet de Bonheur by Konoko Ugusa. And we will be coloring, of course, the happy birthday page because it is my birthday month, along with Poet's Bill, Poet. Poet Spice, her birthday is this month as well. And Emily Illustrator. Oh my goodness, words are hard. Emily Illustrator will be having her birthday this month as well. So, of course, make sure that you go to Emily's birthday stream, and of course, make sure that you check out Poet and take a look at all of the things that she has going on for the month of her birthday celebration. Okay, with that, always, always have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, bye bye for now.